Listen, my man Ace Vane said this is probably the longest Puffy's ever gone without getting some pussy. In life. Like, you know,
he's in jail right now, like
19 or something. He's in jail.
From a $50 million house to in jail. They gotta hurt his soul.
Right now, when me and you were speaking, you're talking about where you're gonna eat afterwards and where you might go shopping. He's sitting in a jail cell.
I think he's gonna get out of this for some reason.
These are the things that these dudes are thinking about. Him having access to more women, even though he's in jail for abusing women. They're like, man, it's the longest time Puffy ever done gone without vagina, man. I feel bad for him.
Get out.
I think he's gonna get out of it.
I mean, he might.
Puff Daddy is a smart, slick boy. I don't think he's innocent for everything, but I think he's gonna get out of it because he's gonna find a loophole.
Well, he's charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, and kidnapping, and he's potentially facing life in prison.
That'd be sad if he get life. That'd be a travesty, man. Like R. Kelly, a travesty to me. He shouldn't get that much. He shouldn't get that much time as he.
This man, hold on, wait. This man just said that it's a travesty if a man who is accused of raping women, kidnapping men, you know, forcing himself on people, drugging people, whatever, right? That it'll be a shame if he goes to prison for a long time.
That'd be a travesty, man. Like R. Kelly, a travesty to me. He shouldn't get that much. He shouldn't have got that much time as he got.
He was messing with underage kids.
I mean, but 35 years.
Underage kids.
35. But I'm saying,
repeatedly.
When you say underage, what you mean, like 17, 17, 16? That's them.
Check this man's search history.
Repeatedly.
When you say underage, what you mean, like 17, 17, 16? That's them.
Wow. Y'all, we gotta hear that part again. Hold on. Tell me he don't sound just like this.
Sit down, Teray asked the singer outright if he liked teenage girls, to which Kelly replied,
when you say teenage, how are we talking? Girls who are teenagers.
Kelly then.
Wow. Never forget that. That's what Oskino sounded like.
But they went back to underage, what you mean, like 17, 8? But I'm saying,
repeatedly.
When you say underage, what you mean, like 17, 17, 16?
What was Aaliyah, 15?
But they went back to, I mean, but how old was he when she was 15? Like 23?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
She was still 15, bro.
Yeah, I mean, but 35 years? Yeah, you gotta think people that kill people.
It was that girl.
But
on the video, it was a bunch of other girls. He had a problem. Man, he's a child molester. He's a serial child molester. He's a serial child molester.
That's the one thing I can't agree with when he did that. Like the child molester stuff, he shouldn't have did that. But like everything else, like the girl said, he just locked them in a room. All that.
But Lord, these can't be your best. These can't be your best soldiers, fam. Do better, Lord. God in heaven, if you're up there, if you fuck with me, G-O-D.
That stuff like they could
send some better niggas.
Left.
A lot of that stuff is bullshit. Yeah. I mean, look, what, you don't have a cell phone? Well, you take your phone.
But where was these kids' parents at?
Oh my
God.
That's what I'm saying.
I think a lot of these parents.
So he went from he's just passing the buck. He doesn't believe that the abuse of children is that big of a deal. They're not his kids. Couldn't care less. And here's why men are not leaders. This is why men are not. I can never consider the men the protectors, because look, even if you want to say in this particular case that Vlad is the protector in this particular case, right? Because he's the one defending the point or whatever. I don't give Vlad any points, any like pats on the back, any passes for this. Like, so I mean, is the lowest hanging fruit. He's like, dude, she's 15. Like, but he ain't even really ripping into him like he should. I'd be like, nigga, you gross. The fuck is you talking about? But I know it's an interview, but whatever though. I don't know. Can't even make an excuse for that shit. You already know me. I'll be on this nigga bumper.
Parents were hoping that he could turn their kid into a superstar, and they look the other way. Just like, look, the Michael Jackson shit. Do I think that Michael Jackson molested those kids? No, I don't think so. Do I think that a parent should leave a child
with a grown
man that's not their relative and let them sleep over
They act
without
like
you
that.
being there in the same room as that child? I can't even imagine that.
I say R. Kelly 10 years would have been sufficient. 10 years would have been cool.
So 10 years instead of that, what, 35?
35? There's people that kill people that don't get 35 years.
It depends on the murder. Not all murder is the same.
Okay, 10 years. I mean, 10 years is still 10 years.
Yeah, I think he's in state prison. I don't think he's in the federal system. I think he's in regular
I
state.
think he's in state, yeah.
That's a hard time. You R. Kelly, R. Kelly, like, he got a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he got a problem. But I don't think that, I think if he got out, he wouldn't mess with young people no more.
Well, you would say that, but remember, he beat his first case and he went back to doing it again.
Because it's kind of like Puff Daddy. He forgot about consequences. They forget. They just doing all them yes men around him. And they need somebody around him like, yo, bro, you gotta stop doing that. Like,
you wouldn't be the guy around him telling him that though. You would turn a blind eye. You're not. I'm telling you, this is disgusting. Listening to this is crazy.
Period. I mean, but people like that got power. They want to get you away from him if you tell them like that, stuff like that.
I guess, which is just sort of weird with the R. Kelly thing, is like, okay, you like young girls, so mess with 18-year-olds. Yeah, some people might frown upon it, but it's totally legal on a federal level. In every state, the feds, if she just turned 18, cool, just go.
Which is exactly why, listen to what Vlad is saying. This is exactly why it is so disgusting for grown adult men to mess with 18-year-olds too. Because what's the difference? He just said it right now. What's the difference? What's the difference? It's all only thing you're avoiding is getting breaking the law, but morally, what is the difference? What's the difference between messing with a 16-year-old and an 18-year-old? No different. So any adult man that's out here talking about, any 30-year-old man talking about, I date 18-year-olds, well, I love me a nice 18-year-old, you're gross. Look at them. They are telling you right here. But if I were to say that to them, they'd be like, no, it's okay, it's legal. But he just said, what's the difference between a 17 and an 18-year-old?
You still got the little teenage fantasy in your head, whatever, 18, 19, 20. Get some skinny girls if you want to pretend like they're younger, whatever. But just keep them at 18. You're R. Kelly. You have girls that are.
Do you hear what he's saying? He is telling the whole, get some skinny girls. That's why a lot of men, mainly non-black men, I ain't going to hold you. Oskino was gross. But mainly non-black men are obsessed with skinny women because they look like children.
Flocking you at every concert.
Everywhere.
Okay?
But can you imagine every day you wake up and what you attracted to is illegal? Every day you wake up, you're like, everything you like, I can't even look. Like, that got to be the craziest feeling in the, like, you got to thank God for not having that happen to you. Like, because I can't imagine me like seeing 10-year-old and 12-year-olds and I just be turned on about it. And I know it's wrong, but I just can't. I mean, it's got to be a torture to yourself.
Well, just today,
he is saying that R. Kelly is the victim now. So Aaliyah wasn't a victim. The girl that he, raped on camera wasn't a victim. The women that he locked up, they're not victims. None of these women are victims, but R. Kelly's a victim.
His daughter, there's a video released with her where she's saying that he molested her when she was young, that she woke up and he was touching her or something.
That's crazy.
I mean, I hope it's not true.
But it's a lot of people, but
it's also the way, listen, I'm not trying to minimize what she was saying, but like.
Of course you're trying to minimize what she's saying.
It didn't sound like she was saying that he had sex with me or he whatever. You know what I'm saying? Could it potentially have been, hey, I'm just going to check on my daughter while she's sleeping. I'm just going to tuck her in a little bit and she wakes up. And
bingo. And here's why Vlad isn't a protector. If you wanted to give him any points as a man, it'd be on like, man, protect. See, Vlad's a protector. He's not. Look at what he's doing. Men are not the protectors. We don't protect anybody. You can't even do it. Tell me what it is right now. There's nobody's life on the line. You don't need to even be having this conversation. Here you are having a conversation, victimizing R. Kelly, saying R. Kelly is a victim, but then at the same time, victim blaming Aaliyah, the 14-year-old girl that was raped on camera by R. Kelly, and R. Kelly's daughter. What?
And it's like, oh, my
The
dad.
only reason I think she did it, I think he might have did it because I don't see a daughter just saying that. I got two daughters.
But a daughter saying it when your dad is in prison.
Wait, Oskino, of course he has 2 daughters. That's the first intelligent thing he said right now.
For messing with Andre. I don't know, man.
My daughter, I can't imagine my daughter saying that about me and if it wasn't true. You know what I mean?
But if you're already in jail for a whole bunch of child molestation.
But I think they still look at me. If I didn't touch them, they still look at me as they dad. Like, I mean, like.
Yeah, but the mom turned against them.
Yeah, I can understand.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, now the mom, now blame the mom. Now the mom is a problem. The daughter is in on it because the daughter is grown. Aaliyah is a part of the, she's not a victim. 14-year-old girl is not a victim. How many? But R. Kelly is still a victim so far. R. Kelly is the only victim in this case so far.
Yeah, moms can influence the kids.
Yeah, but you've seen that time and time again.
But your track record like that though, you might have did it like this. You never know.
You might have did it. You might have molested your own kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, I mean, there's the whole Menendez brothers thing. I don't know if you've been following that. But they were basically saying how the dad molested them, and they're trying to like get an appeal and everything else like that.
But the dad, I think the dad did it because he molested some other kids.
Yeah, the one of the Menudo.
Menudo, yeah. So like
possibly, but but if you molest other boys, does that mean you necessarily molest your own boys?
No, it don't mean you did, but it's a possibility that you did.
I guess it's a higher
probability
because you're already a molester.
Yeah.
But like,
plus, if you're rich like that, your kids don't usually just kill you.
They killed him and the mom.
I mean, because the mom probably knew what was going on. They probably felt like, she knew what was going on. I just know it's sad if that really happened. I mean, they've been in prison longest. They've been in prison, what, 30-something years? I mean, but it's a lot of people that's pedophiles, man. I mean, it's whole blocks in prisons for that.
So were you locked up with pedophiles?
Every prison got pedophiles in it.
But I thought pedophiles were separated.
Yeah, they separated. They got their own block. You know what I mean? But they separated, but they got a whole block.
Yeah, I remember Hector Bravo. He was a CO for like, I don't know, like 25 years. He said that every so often the prisons would like put like the pedophiles and general population and just let the inmates just go at them.
No, not the prison I was at. They didn't.
See that.
No, because it was like they might die or something. I mean, because people don't. That's one thing that's frowned upon. It's even frowned upon, like like a rapist in prison that rape like women might be cool in prison. Like some prisons don't even really care about that, even though it's wrong. I mean, but like a kid, every prison that's wrong. Like, I mean, that people frown upon that.
I call cap. I've always thought that was odd. That like, I've always just thought it was just like a way for people in prison to like release their aggressions and then, give them like some kind of like badge of honor at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, oh, he raped a woman. I'm gonna go underline. I'm gonna go kill him. I'm gonna go beat his ass. Oh, he raped children. I'm gonna go beat his ass. Them niggas don't care either. Because listen to everything that Oskino has said thus far. Listen to everything that this man has said thus far. You mean to tell me that the same men that you was locked up with and you being locked up in there with them, you're speaking for them in a way right now. Those same men would say, I don't know, R. Kelly's really the victim in this case. I mean, you going back to Aaliyah, those same men care so much about you raping a little kid that they'll kill you? Doubt it.
Every prison.
So have you ever been in the same room as a child molester in prison?
Yeah. Yep.
Why were you on PC as well at one point?
No, I never was on PC. But
really, even you being known, they didn't put you.
They tried to. I was in a jail called George W. Hill. They tried to put me on PC. I begged them not to. I mean,
why didn't you want to be in PC?
Because you got to be locked in all the time. And you then you around with a bunch of people that's scared, that then told on somebody. Like, I mean, or like, I mean, it's just like it's weird. Your time would be harder.
Hard time.
Yeah, I mean, so I'd rather people being out with everybody playing spade. I mean, doing their population. I mean,
okay. So how were you actually around child molesters?
Well, when we first came through the prison, it was so crazy because it was a white guy, right? And they asked him what he was locked up for. He said he was locked up for he said he was going up and down the East Coast breaking into soda machines. He had a key that can go into any soda machine and taking the money out. So, and I'm like you upstate prison for that? I mean, mind you, I'm talking about Dallas prison is like a maximum type. Everybody got life and shit like that in there. So then somebody had the paper and showed the paperwork. I mean, that he had molested all these kids. Like I'm talking about, he hurt the kids. Then he checked into the hole, whatever. But it was a young guy like Justin Bieber that was the one upstate with me. He was about 18. He had HIV. His uncle gave it to him, right? And he gave it to one of his little cousins. He molested one of his little cousins. They had him locked in all the time. I mean, They knew something was gonna happen to him. He supposed to have been in like 10th grade somewhere. I mean, little white kid, blue eyes, little kid. I said, bro, they're never gonna let him in population ever. So even if he in jail for 50 years, he probably gonna be in the hole. I mean, because he won't be able to make it in prison. You mean? But the thing is that they're trying to lower the age of consent. Like, it's a whole movement trying to lower the age of consent. I think it's to like 15 or something like that.
Well, in certain states it is lower, but on
Yeah.
So if you lowered the age of consent back to the point when they were talking about, if you lowered the age of consent to 15 or 16, then Vlad would say that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's all he was saying was like, just get you an 18-year-old. What's the difference between an 18 and a 16-year-old? They both would be like, yeah, just get a 16 or 15-year-old. I mean, it's legal. Why you got to mess with a 12-year-old? Like, what the fuck? This is amazing, man. Yeah, people are just, it's sad. And the thing is like, I'm just tired of hearing men lie about this so much and try to act like men are the protectors. Men are the protectors. We're not. We are the predators. And we don't actually stand up against the predators. That was disgusting. That was crazy. That was a wild 9 minutes.